Hey guys, this is the house my dad helped build. What I mean by my dad is the guy who raised me for 13 years of my life. Now before the old man actually moved in, my dad and my mom spent most of their lives inside this house. It has been 20 years since then. The reason why I'm doing this is because I'm here to show you something. We're going to the back. That's right at the back. Now, before, you can see that dog back there, before there was a van back here. That van has been forever. That van has been here forever since, and as you can see, Masaki here is eating. He's having his cat food. But the point here is, this spot that you're seeing right here. Well, we had a van here. We had to get rid of it. And also, this same spot is where we used to have a yellow Camaro here. And this yellow Camaro used to be right here. See where my finger is? That's where it used to be at. And if we pass Masaki here, he was enjoying his little cat food. This is where the old bug used to be here. Now we've gotten rid of a lot of things. This here is the back house. Now this back house is what my dad usually spent most of his time in after work. Mainly it's been like that ever since. It's been pretty dirty inside. Haven't been used since. For the most part, you know, a lot of things have been going on, clearing out some stuff, whatnot. Pretty much, lots of things have not been changed. This over here was the old storage shed that we used when Dad was still alive. Now currently it is about 78 degrees. Or 77. I think it is 77. See over here. You can't really see it. I'm sorry, but here it says, because of the glare, I can't really show it to you, but from what I'm looking at, it is about 77 degrees. It has been 20 years since then. Father's Day to me is probably the hardest of days for me to deal with. And I will tell you why. It has been 20 years since my father's passing. Usually, on Father's Day, it is one of those rough days for me. It is very rough. Usually, I don't like to really have so much due come Father's Day. Namely because I've been a father myself. But the thing is, my kid passed away when he was still born. So therefore, Father's Day at this point in time in my life is very depressing to me. In the case of this, I'm chronicling this because for me, Father's Day is the most painful day I can ever deal with. This is where I totally do not want to be around people. I do not want to deal with people. In the case of that, what I want to do is just have time to myself. Namely, have a moment to cry. Now, what happened today was I did cry earlier. It's hard to cry on a day like this. But, 20 years, it kind of gets to you. For those who don't know, my father passed away at the age of 13. When I was 13, he passed away. The reason why he passed away was because he suffered a cardiac arrest. One in which basically he didn't wake up from. I feel what happened was the time he had a crash in the Bug. It was a Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle. Yes, it was a Blue Beetle. And what happened was he had one of the crashes and never got checked out ever since. So ever since then, he just decided not to go to the doctor. However, and I do mean however, as much as he tried to technically make the best of things got worse, and I feel the pressure got to him. And the pressure in his chest, rather. And probably at one time, I still remember it. It was around this time, I believe. Not sure the day, but I'm pretty sure it's around this time. What happened was, we were all asleep at the time, and all we heard was this loud thud. And that loud thud was my dad. He, I suppose, rolled off the bed. On the left side, no, the right side, not the left side. The right side of the bed, and my mom checked him out, and she told me to go outside, be with my friends. Soon as I left my friend's house, about maybe an hour ago, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, I find most of the neighborhood crowd around our house. I remember because there were, of course, I remember them because I heard the sirens blare, and they stopped right in front of our house. Now, I was never told what really happened because all I saw were emergency units go in and out of the house. And what happened was, before I knew it, my mom came out and she told me my father was dead. Just like I mentioned in my last video about what happened to me in Japan, what really happened to me in Japan, the same speaks for itself here. And like I mentioned, it's been 20 years since then. I'm now 33. Although it is Father's Day, until I actually get married and have children of my own again one day, to me it's a day that, I need time to myself. A day in which I myself don't want to be around people. I don't want to handle dealing with, the fact that it's Father's Day. You're supposed to be happy. There's very little joy in my heart as of today. Only because, well, for those who are still fathers, be glad that you still are. Be glad that you are. Me, it'll be a long while. A very long while until I become a father again. So, with Masaki joining me as I'm seeing him show up right in front of me and he's yelling at me. Everything will be just fine though. As I'm sure everything else becomes fine. Well, I had to share this. I just needed a moment to share this because as I'm working on everything else, there are times I just need a small release. One of those small releases has to be tears, and this crazy little Tenkai cat of mine is somewhat keeping the sanity in place. As you can see him here. The Tenkai cat is, of course, sitting with me. In 15 minutes, I think I said enough. So with that, folks, yeah, this is Father's Day. And, well, of course, these houses I showed you is that of the one in which my father helped build. So with that, take care, and I'll see you around with more videos.